5. We know they're gonna run Rhine, Zarya, double hit scan Lucio. We thought they were rolling out with Ana. They didn't. They went Moira. We're doing our kind of rush downy. I'm on the Diva to try and mitigate their Ana, and we're keeping Pokey. We put Pokey on the McCree because at least personally, I felt he popped off on Root, and it can keep pressure on. At least make the DPS think about something, because if I'm diving the Ana, the DPS will not have anything to worry about. And the Reaper for the rush down. I know you were just saying it before. You didn't care for the Reaper.
Probably it's not even about the rush down. It's literally just this map is all high ground and they ran.
No, the Reaper. Yeah.
That's why they don't run Reaper.
We should have. I think we should have rolled that with the dive, but I know I nixed it earlier. I shouldn't have done that. But let's just roll it at our normal speed here. You ready? Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. We push up top. Alright. And so I'm gonna pause it right here. So I'm holding front. Pokey's. I'm gonna go half speed and just kind of see where this goes from here.
You can start.
And 3, 2, 1, go. So we called a wrap behind. They fade away. Yeah. So if we get the counter pin, I think we're fine. We trade though, so it's they have the better front line though with the Zarya, and there's really not much we can do here. And then I don't. Since you we can pause right here real quick. Since you teleported it in, like there was like we couldn't help you. And then you had to drop the point, and I think once you dropped, I think this was the nail. Like even though I'm already I was out of mech, and it was gonna be hard, but I'm back in mech here. Like we were in a hard spot. Like there's no ifs, ands, buts about it. But I think we just we play where we were, and see if we can get something from Pokey on a pick. Or we could also spawn camp the Reinhardt. We could have, I mean.
The thing is, without a Reinhardt, I was completely exposed as Reaper.
Yeah.
And this is why I disagreed with the Reaper. If I was on Mei, I would have actually been able to, sustain. Well, being up there without a Rhine shield, I'd fucked his Reaper.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Just play like where I am in a Zenith were, and just make sure people don't flank. And which is obviously us. You kind of just standing still, but with looking at what we have. Not counting, we should have rolled out with something different. What we have, looking at options, I would say either wait or that's why I was throwing out the spawn camp on the Reinhardt. I mean, because low-key, how many people are gonna fucking expect us to spawn camp there? That looking at it, that should have been the play. But doesn't matter. And then I know I think what unfolds is that I call to stack on our Reaper. Because that's
nobody knew where I was.
Yeah. So, all right, and then they just pick us off one by one. But I'm gonna hit play in 3, 2, 1, go. So I get mech back. Our Reaper's on the bottom. Pokey is rotating away, which is fine. Our Reinhardt's up top. Their Reinhardt's up top. I'm out of mech already. Yeah, we're just so spread out, and then Ethan's up top. Yeah.
I don't honestly know why we rotated behind them to begin with. Like, we had a deathlock comp and we knew they run double hits, and we should have just ran into them.
Yeah, I think we were looking for the Ana. I mean, we get a free flip here, or free take, I should say. I know we were expecting an Ana. Like 100%. So like at this point, when we call for the stall, we need. It feels like when we call for the stall, it doesn't feel like we really commit to it. Like when I'm gonna pause it real quick. When I say call, actually I'm gonna rewind it as well. Let me see. What do I want to get to? Okay, so we just flipped the point in our favor. Let me know when you're ready. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna let it play out a smidge. Okay, the Reaper just died. That's where I paused it. Alright, so when I say we need to commit to the stall, it feels like we kind of just chill and like try and stay alive, but we don't really. When I say, and I don't think I've ever explained this, but when I call for a commit to the stall, I want us to be scattering. And so in this instance, looking, we got 2 supports and Reinhardt on point. Reinhardt's really low. I want Ging to just be gone. He needs to dip because he's not going to keep our Reinhardt up. And Asenath needs to go behind something and keep pumping in the healing into Ethan. Like she needs, or Moira should get behind, this coast pillar type of thing. Just pump all of the healing into our Reinhardt. And then once he dies, she touches. And then once she dies, Ging touches. But like here, we're just kind of chilling on the point. Ethan's going to go for the pin, which I think his shield's broken pretty much anyway here. Yeah, it's got 51 health, so sure. I mean, I don't think there's. Yeah, no, because you can go behind the pillar, make the Reinhardt push you. Asenath can be pressuring point on the other side. So we just like when we call for a stall and like fully commit to the stall, we need to scatter and like get one person on the point. Because like we're really good if they killed 5 of us and only one person's alive. Like we're really good at trickling in effectively, but like when we switch it from a fight to a stall fight, like we just don't. So we need to just make that a thing where we just scatter and leave one person on. Like the most immobile person to start with. So the Reinhardt in this instance. But a tank would be preferable anyway. But in this instance, the Reinhardt, because he can't get out anyway. So. But I'm gonna hit play at normal speed in 3, 2, 1, go. So like he goes for the pin, like Asenath, you fade just kind of like in the front of point when you could have faded behind that pillar towards coast, and it's not a lot of extra stall, but it's extra stall nonetheless, and it puts you in a better spot where they have to move to do something about you. We gotta make, like, if we're using cooldowns, especially movement ones, we gotta put ourselves in a better spot. Like, it seems we use them a lot and just to use them. So I'm gonna pause right here real quick. So we know how they have a bunch of ults coming up. The only thing we have is Coalescence. I'm always okay with going in with Coalescence to try and bait some of their ults out. Do you agree or disagree with that? Okay.
I mean, I called for it.
Okay, I don't remember. Goddamn, that was yesterday.
Yeah, I called for us to go in Cole to bait ults.
So I'm okay with this where we're set up right now, as long as I don't lose mech here, which I think I might do. I don't know, to be honest. Because we should be able to just pressure this Reinhardt down pretty easily, to be honest. At least long enough, because their Zarya's pretty far. The Lucio's on point. Their Soldier does not have a good angle. Like he can hit like the TP tiny tops of heads, but that's about it. So honestly, I don't think this is a bad spot, like, just besides them having more ultimates than us. So I'm gonna go at half speed in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so we push in with their Coalescence in. Alright, so they just Alright, so they went off the shatter. Yeah, alright. So, that was it. They just went off the shatter. I mean, not much we can do about that. I don't know if we just didn't track the Reinhardt's ult charge.
No one called it shatter.
Yeah, so that's. I mean, we technically traded 2 for 1 because they used Cole as well, but it's not really necessary. That's not good enough because the fight didn't go on long enough for us to get any ult charge. But so we got to make sure we're tracking that. I mean, we just got to do better. Because I know if we called it, I definitely don't think Ethan would have been so aggressive there. So we come back into this fight. The Reinhardt pins in, doesn't get anyone, and like how. I want to pause right there real quick. How do we not kill that Reinhardt?
I don't know. I remember putting as much damage in him as I could.
I'm gonna rewind and watch that again. Cause like as much healing as Moira does, she doesn't do like healing where you're like, this person's impossible to kill.
Get into position. Come on.
Like their Reinhardt pins.
There's only like 2 of us shooting him.
Ging is shooting him.
Like we're shooting at him, but we're not hitting him.
We need Pokey. So like we have Ging and we have you and we have me. I'm at the shield though, and Ging is, it's Lucy. I don't really, he doesn't have a shit ton of damage. We needed, and it's obviously a Zenith not hitting him is not the problem. It's got to be it's the stun. Like if Pokey gets the stun on the Reinhardt, then he drops his shield, and that's like everything. Does he have his flashbang?
No, he's in the Zarya before while we were walking in, I think.
It's on 9 seconds. How long is that thing?
10 seconds.
So he literally just used that. He must have tried to flash the Reinhardt as he pinned in.
No, I mean maybe, but he definitely flashes Zarya.
Okay, so now we're in a weird spot because the Reinhardt's alive inside of us, and alright, where are you at?
Everyone just got shattered. I'm at 235.
235. Okay, let me get there. But so we're pumping and healing, they're pumping and healing, and it's kind of a wash. They grab.
I've got you in my sights.
How did I miss that grab? Kind of felt like I ate that, but. Shooting the Reinhardt.
Get to cover.
I haven't played, by the way, if you have.
What? How? I'm trying to figure out. From my point of view, I ate that grab. Oh my fucking god, dude. Literally, my DM is coming out of me, and it's like a pixel in front of my DM. Not even joking. Alright. You're at, alright, so you're at 235. Okay, so we're in the grav. They get shattered. The grav should be ending. So this is when we need to maybe making sure we call, which I think we do. I'm just gonna play it at half.
Run.
Yeah, I'll play it at half speed here in 3, 2, 1, go.
We crack his shield and kill him.
Okay, so we kill the Rhine and we push in with beat, which is good. Alright, now we're like...
Someone called to focus a soldier and soldier dropped completely to point.
Yeah, I don't like that...
Why, I got split off.
Yeah, I don't really like that pin all that much. I feel like it puts you in a really vulnerable spot because they still have... Like at that point we had killed their Reinhardt, but they still have a lot of damage they could put into our Reinhardt. And then, like you said, you were just kind of caught out, not, you know, because we were pushed over soldier, he ran away. But the Pokey's got the Deadeye. Alright, so I mean, now looking here, we're up 3 to Shatter, like 3 ults, and they have Shatter and they'll have Coalescence, so 3 to 2.
Except my ult's completely useless. Basically.
Yeah, we're too aggressive. We don't have... I mean, our Lucio just got here. Alright, so I get the... Alright, so I'm pausing it real quick. Alright, so... Because a lot just happened. I dive. We kill a soldier. Lucio gets picked off throughout everyone. That's actually kind of unlucky. He got hit through 3 people. Alright, you Death Blossom, and you get 2, and I bomb... I bombed... I think we just did it like almost at the exact same time.
Honestly, I blossomed because you bombed. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
And then they... Shatter, get our Reinhardt. Alright, so we should win this. I don't see why we wouldn't. Alright, I'm gonna hit play in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so my...
the crew on a flank, so I wraith at him.
So we kill the right. It's literally just the Kree, and then you kill the Kree. Okay, so we do win this. Alright. Just making sure. And then Ging is coming back from spawn. Pokey has spent too much time at low health. Make sure we're calling it out. Ethan is pushing up. Right here, I need to be playing in this window. I mean, it doesn't really give me a good angle, but I can see if they go left, and then I can see if they go right, or if they go right to left.
You should play under the window in elevator, like in the actual shaft.
Yeah, yeah. And so they go underneath.
Check this out.
Right, so I'm gonna pause it. So at this point, we should be pushing. So I already god damn it. So I went to go check the fucking elevator, and like right as they were coming in, so I am completely off out of position. You're pushing the McCree, which I think is good. I don't know how you got there by yourself, but we should be
We called it they were coming bottom right, so I went over to check.
Yeah, we should like we should just went with them. I like went with you, cause like if they go bottom right and then all of us push, then we're fine. If they go top left and we're all on the bottom, then at least we're fine. So we just gotta do it together. But I mean, honestly, it's still not it's gonna be a bad spot because they're gonna flip and you're probably gonna die, I think.
Yeah, I die.
But we have Pokey on the high ground. I'll be back, so it's not an L. And Pokey almost has high noon, so I'm gonna hit play in 3, 2, 1. So you do die. Their Rhine pins misses. We get their McCree. Okay, so it's Lucio, it's a McCree trade. Now we're up 1. And we pin. I don't like that pin, even though even though we got to Reinhardt, the only reason we got to Reinhardt is because Lucio booped you, and then you died because you pinned there, Ethan. We can't keep you alive. Yeah. Pokey, I think you should have stayed on the high ground. I don't think anyone was pressuring you quite yet.
No. No, they have DPS on high ground.
I'm pretty sure we just high noon to reload.
Yep. They high noon until sooner. I know, not the high noon.
I'm sorry, pause. I rewinded it, I'm sorry. I want to check something. I want to check Pokey.
I'm at 422 right now.
Okay, I want to see why Pokey dropped. Alright, Pokey, you don't... Can McCree hit a flashbang from the high ground to someone directly below him?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Pokey, you didn't need a drop to get that Reinhardt. You didn't even need to flashbang him. He's got his back completely... I'm rerunning again. I want to get to that spot again.
Someone in here 422?
Alright, so... Let's see. Alright, so Pokey, you're up here. Oh. I fast forwarded a little bit, so it's okay. So Pokey, like, you're sitting up here. We just killed the McCree and the soldiers, so they're in spawn. So you got a bare minimum of 10 seconds to sit up here completely uncontested. And this Reinhardt, this is why the high ground is so important, especially getting Reinhardt comps. You're sitting up here. What is Reinhardt going to do? He's going to turn his shield for you. He's going to get pelted by D.Va and, well, Moira, but whatever. Or he can shield me in the Moira, and he's going to get pelted by you in the back. You dropping, though, just to get a flashbang, which you could have gotten anyway from... According to you, Vic, because I have no idea. I can't measure fucking flash distance, dude. It feels like it's so inconsistent for me. But you don't even need the flash, though, in all honesty. And if you're going to drop to flash someone, it should, in my opinion, be the Moira. Like, I think Moira is 100 bajillion% more valuable than the Reinhardt. So you drop, though, which we do kill the Reinhardt, but now you're in a weird spot, and you high noon to reload, which is... I don't like it. I don't like it at all. You said you were at 3 what? Or you were at 4 what?
422.
Okay. Because, like, the only way that I will accept a high noon reload is if you're not in a position that you're going to die. Because where you're positioned, I can't mitigate Zarya's damage whatsoever. I can't mitigate Moira's damage. And the Lucio can boop you. Like, that's just so much damage that you're not... And, like, you just simply can't live long enough to get value. But if you're on the high ground, you can. And then we get to Zarya. It's a 3v2. But they got Soldier Kree on the high ground, and so we die after that.
I think if we're fighting on point, our Reinhardt needs to come back under so you can actually shield for point instead of coming high ground. Plus, going under is faster.
Okay, so at 87. So Ethan's up top. I'm just gonna go forward like a second or two. Okay, so like Ascendant just died. So Ethan, like, I think like when you're coming in at like 85%, 87, like I think, or like you turn the corner and see the DPS on the high ground. I think you just gotta back off and either drop down to the mega, or just straight up back off. Like just turn around, because we got Lucio coming like right behind you. I think he can get you to point. And I got stuck. Do you see where I am on the coast?
Yeah.
Literally like fucking. I hit the that like 2 centimeter tall railing, and it just fucking knocks me backwards.
I was unlucky.
This was the match of unlucky. I'm still mad I didn't use that grab. Like literally a pixel. A fucking pixel. So we're pretty much gonna lose this stuff. Alright. I'm gonna keep it at half speed. 3, 2, 1, go. And you do actually back off here, Ethan, a little bit. And then I die. I'd keep
all that old church.
Which is, dude, it's so irritating. I jumped, I flew, I jumped again. Like, how is he getting the? It's not. That wasn't even the first time or the last time it happened this match. I don't know. It was just so irritating. So we go for a shatter. You know, we got to make a play. We can't get one. We get a pin on, but you know, they just nothing we can do about it. Like, there's honestly, there's not much we can do here. Like, yeah, I mean, it's just there really isn't much we could do. So I'm just gonna let it play out.
Dude, I literally spent this entire series getting fucking shot at by their DPS.
I'm going 2 times speed just to get to the next map.
Dude, thank God teams don't fucking review their own bots, because if they fucking paid attention to how often we lose when our DPS just get hard focused, that'd be real shitty for us.
Well, let's get to when the doors open and we can discuss that.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I'm there. I think that's a product of just how we have how I've structured the team. Like, I've structured it so our DPS can pop off. Like, just like our playstyle, you know, and with the supports that we've been running recently, like especially the Mercy, you know, and Lucio has his pop off potential, and I'm not just talking about boops, you know, off the map, but like, you know, and like we're running, like, and to me, like if a diva pops off, it's just because she's mitigating someone, you know. So like the way, like, at least I've structured it is that we, you know, we really do put a lot of emphasis on our DPS, which is it's good, it's bad, you know, it's, you know, it's got every play style has its, you know, wins and like plus and minuses, pros and cons, whatever. And the biggest minus is if the DPS gets focused and we can't support them good enough, or I don't know, they're having an off day or something, whatever have you. You know, it's hard for us to switch. You know, like we have, and but the reason we do succeed so much with it though is because we're really solid at almost everything else. Like at its base level, as long as we don't suck, we're fine most of the time. Like if we stall out fights long enough, like we'll find our little openings that we can, and I think that's like why we do find success. So low key, I kind of want to just abolish Rushdown.
Kind of want to work.
Abolish Rushdown. I just don't feel it.
I just think that's better.
I really don't feel it anymore. I mean, the only thing I can think of is if we need 33% on a point. You know? I like me, or like I don't see a reason. I like so many maps you can, like, the high ground is just so vital, and Rushdown just vanquishes it completely and utterly. Unless you're like Lucio, Diva, Reaper, but then your Rushdown's pretty fucking weak with just Moira, Mei, and Ryan. So definitely this week, I want to, at least the next week or two, I want to steer like completely away from Rushdown. And we're not like cutting out Reinhardt. I just like the May, Reaper, Lucio, Moira, Ryan just run at people. I want to completely cut off and cut out. So. Alright, so we're rolling out here. We already know they're gonna... No, I haven't started yet. They are gonna run the same thing they've been running the entire match. And so we go rush down. We fully commit to it this time with the Reaper May. And let's see what happens. I'm gonna go normal speed in 3, 2, 1, go.
I really think we should have just dove. Like...
I agree. But it was me not calling it. Alright, so... Okay, we're scouting. We finally find them. And can we pause it real quick? So we walled. Ethan dropped. So we're going for someone. Like, I feel like it's already, though, like, we should be dropping, like, together. Like, I feel like it's a really simple thing, but, like, we should be dropping together. And our, like, I mean, there's a clear miscommunication because the Zenith or Moria is throwing the orb for the high ground, which, I mean, that's a bad orb. And you're, like, you're really far away, Zenith. Like really far away. And then, like, so Ethan's dropped, you know, our May's dropping concurrently, and our Reaper is, I don't know. Not dropping. I don't know what you're looking at.
I don't think we called it. No, we did. We got a wall under their Lucio soldier, so we called to drop onto this Zarya. But we dropped so late. I mean, it's the same shit that you always talk about. We always take so long to do anything.
Yeah. And, like, honestly, it feels like we've slowed down. Like, it really, like... Let me support it in a different way, because, like, it's not just about, like, get run at someone super duper fast. It's the precision of moving towards an objective as a team in a fast manner, which sounds just like a convoluted mess, but, like, there's a huge difference between, alright, everybody run at the Zarya, which is what happens here. Reinhardt's already dropped. May's in the process. Reaper is, I'm not sure. Moira's off to the side. Like, we're not running dive here. We're not looking for different angles. We're looking to run at someone, which means we should have been, like, face to ass of Reinhardt. I've said that so many times, but, like, literally, like, it's almost like we need to do a follow the leader game, just like where your Reinhardt goes, if we're gonna keep doing rush now. Like, where your Reinhardt goes is... Actually, I mean, even if we do Deathball, like, unless we're trying to avoid a Satyr, like, just face to ass. Get on that Reinhardt's butt. Stick with him. So, let's kind of... I'm going to go at half speed, but I'm, like, 90%, 99... Actually, I'm 100% we lose this, so... Alright, so 3, 2, 1, go. Half speed. So, like, their Reinhardt pins... And... So I'm gonna pause over here, like we're Zenith there is on the high ground still. Our May and Reinhardt are actually close together, so that's good. Reaper is shooting at the Zarya, which is fine, and then I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I was diving their hit scan, I guess.
I mean, you got him off the map at least. Or Gang did, I think.
Gang did. I'm just gonna put this on. I rewinded it, but just keep it paused, because I just want to show, like, this is just shit of fucking unlucky, because I swear to God this should have fucking moved him off the map. Alright, you know, on the coast of Busan, like that train, he landed on the fucking white. Like, this entire map for me has just been a fucking, like... half a centimeter, dude. Because I don't get him, I get booped by the Lucio, and then, like, our Lucio does get the boop on him, but, like, this entire fucking map has been a fucking half centimeter. And I haven't gone over Volskaya for everybody else, but that was a fucking... like a quarter of a fucking pixel? What timestamp did you say?
609.
Alright, 609, 609. Alright. So at 609 paused, we trade Lucio, or I'm sorry, we trade Diva for Soldier, which is apparently 15% ult charge, unless he's been on healing most of the time, which he probably was. Alright, so here, but like, so this is like the big thing though, like, Lucios don't have to sit on top of, because they have the aura, but like, Lucy, you're so far away, like, it just doesn't work. Like, it just, I mean, it's just, there's no other way to phrase it, it just doesn't work. And then Pokey is in the middle of racing? Is that what it looks like? Yeah, he's in the middle of racing, which is fine, because you're at 3/4 health, get back, you healed up, so. Alright. But I mean, just looking at where they are and where we are, I mean, we should just straight up lose this one. But I'm gonna hit play in 3, 2, 1. So, like, okay, so like that Pokey, that Wraith. I'm gonna pause it again. Like, you just Wraith in a circle on point, achieving nothing. We should, like, every movement ability should be achieving something. You're racing to get away from damage, so get away from the damage. Go with the corner. It was a Rickery, yeah. So you don't want to push him because he probably has flashbang. But race to the stairs. Get behind the Reinhardt shield to begin with. When you're halfway through your race, not when you're coming out of it. Like, the movement abilities are there to move, not just stay safe for the 2 seconds that they're active. I'm gonna hit play again though. 3, 2, 1, play. And then we give them point here because we're all pretty low. We're getting healed up. I mean, to be honest, we're not in a terrible spot. But we get pinned again. I was legitimately getting ready to say, like, I actually don't mind the spot that we're in because their McCree's on the low ground, but if our Reinhardt gets pinned, then it's kind of a L right there. Supports, remember, like, just push the point, please. Like, that's that split second thing, and in half speed, obviously everything looks worse, but no toe, you know, if we're calling not to let him flip, then we gotta just make sure we're on point. So, okay. I switched to the Zarya here, to support our Reinhardt. Just cause I couldn't do anything about there. I know, so we call to go left, and again, hindsight, but we should never go left. Unless they're running rush down, and we are too, we don't go left. Because, or they're bunkered on point, because the McCree, and I'm on Zarya now, so the McCree and Soldier they're just gonna sit up there, and we can't do anything about it. Unless we get a kill on point faster than they can get a kill. But there's just absolutely nothing we can do.
I don't want to run May on this map, by the way. Either, like, unless we can win the first fight, guaranteed, I can't do anything. When we get to point, there's no.
No, I just straight up hate rush down on this map.
Yeah, should have been dive.
I mean, anything else.
There's like their hit scan were just constantly on high ground above us the entire series. That's why we lost. We literally just let them have high ground the entire game. And this is why I asked to swap dive, and we said no.
I actually did get 50% to grab in one fight though. So, I mean, and it's not like Zarya, it takes a lot of thought to run at a, you know, bare minimum level. I did. It's not a bad moment for me, I guess. Alright, so I know I didn't communicate this, but what I wanted to do is push through that little balcony right there. Was it this fight or the next one?
It was the next fight.
It was the next one, okay.
That's when Nathan got melted.
Yeah, so this one, we just get stunned again.
We didn't call that they had shatter, but we should have expected it.
I mean, it's 65% though, just bare minimum. He has shatter, but
That's,
just standing there.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We didn't call it, but we should have accepted it.
And then obviously the beat was, you know, late. Alright, so this next fight, the soldier's been doing those stupid things the entire game, so I know he was gonna go back up to that same spot, so that's why I wanted to go to the balcony, like at least poke him out so he can't be up there. He actually misses it, so he's not even up there, but like it's the soldier being oh, can't talk about that right now. So like we drop like
Ethan's at like 100 health and he's not shielding him.
yeah, like we should like be initiating like at like no health like that. And then Pokey goes for a play. You know, and we kind of just lose off of that. We get Blizzard, but
I don't have wall for the visor because I used it to kill Zarya.
yeah. Gang, you could have stood behind your Maple ice block.
And then I screw you guys the next one.
I mean, I was mostly too low to do anything. And then you can't get anyone's chatter. But like that soldier, and this is why I talk about high ground so much, is like he took all of these cooldowns and effort and time to get up there, and all we would have to do is just poke him and he would move, but like we just would leave him up there for so long.
We also just didn't have a poke comp. At least not like in this specific situation. We didn't have a poke comp.
No, I'm not. No. I'm not meaning like we sit there and poke, but I'm literally like we stand for 2 seconds to let our Lucio shoot at him, treat it like a torp turret, because like we'd even have to damage him. We just had to fucking shoot at him and he would move, but we just never took like. We don't value high ground enough. Like, and there's two things that are OP in Overwatch since the day it was created until the day it dies: information and high ground. Those are the only things that are OP. They will always be OP, and there was nothing you can ever do to change my mind. And it just feels like we do not value the high ground, like at all. And that goes for us taking the high ground and us getting people off of the high ground. And turrets included. Like, torp turrets are included. Like, spam them out a little bit. We don't necessarily have to have long range damage to do it, but we gotta make them move a little bit. But I think the bigger issue, just from watching that, is just that we, Rushdown just didn't work, and high ground positioning, which stems from doing Rushdown, because you just give up the high ground as Rushdown. You have to think like Rushdown is like Goat's Light, where if you can take the point and hold it, you're fine, you got it, you're good. But like if they can sit there and poke you down and you can't kill the people on point fast enough, then we can't do anything about it. Which is why we run the D.Va to try and stall out, especially like when teams are running the Pharah. The whole thing is the D.Va stalls out the pharmacy long enough to get a kill, and if we don't get a kill, then the Pharah gets her value and we lose the fight. Which, in Overwatch, almost every strategy has a counter strategy. Individual stuff real quick. Let's go. We'll start with main tank. Ethan, it just felt you were just way too aggressive. And we got shattered a lot. And I'm not putting the shatters on our Reinhardt completely. we would have to go back and listen to comms if anything, if at all was called out for it. Um, but I mean, we got shattered as a team a lot. It's just, you know, I don't. It's a simple fact. For off tank, as Diva, I was caught out a little, kind of at weird spots. I definitely, I honest to God, I feel like I was just really unlucky on that map. Like on like the soldier boop, the end of the first round, me booping or not making it over, but not being able to, at least when I was on the Diva, not being able to get to the McCree specifically. I gotta make sure I do better. And more orbs. I'll make sure I eat those. DPS. Pogi on the McCree, just don't give up that high ground so easily. Keep it. Reaper, I don't think there's much to say about Reaper there, unless you think you can think of anything.
Reaper's
You know,
special.
Reaper's just gotta, yeah. I mean, you either do or you don't. There's not really much to his play. Vic on Reaper, the first one, kind of the same thing. And May, kind of the same thing. We can't get set up on the May. It's just so hard. Supports Ging. Felt like he kind of died a lot on Mecha Base. I didn't really look at specifically why a lot of the time. Just a feeling, could be wrong. And then obviously that beat on downtown. I think he got shattered. You might know off the top of your head, Vic. So just late. Right on downtown where he beated and everybody was dead.
Yeah, he got shattered and right off the shatter beating.
Yeah. Which I think we died like as he was casting. Maybe a second or two. Maybe like a second before. So not. Maybe just call it a wash and save the beat, because I think we had a fight after that. So we can't be. But that's really close. Because we could have, if he saved him, we could have won that fight. So that one's close. A Zenith on Mecha Base. I don't remember anything that stuck out to me on as for a Zenith. I know there was one Coalescence that was where Ging was coming back, where we actually won the fight anyway on Mecha Base. That the Coalescence was in like a really odd angle because we couldn't push up properly with it. So she was like stuck only healing us. Like she couldn't get like any damage in with it. So I mean, but that's not really her fault. But then downtown, you just really. I mean, we didn't honestly get that many good fights on downtown, but the one or two good ones just felt like you were really separated from our Reinhardt. We can be playing like with the rushdown, like we playing aggressive. Like when we go to like certain spots on maps, so like we're pushing a Reinhardt or something. Like I'm thinking specifically like our more squishier targets, our squishier health pools. Like we can, like you guys can push up with our Reinhardts and stuff, but then instead of just standing behind or next to them, like get next to a wall or something. You know, like I'm thinking like a random point that I think would be good on. Like if we're pushing on King's Row A attack, you know, we push on a point and they're holding in the archway. You can get next to that, you know, phone booth or next to that little flower flower garden area thing right there. And you get all the value of staying close in the death ball, but none of the risk of being next to your Reinhardt in open space. So, I think that was my takeaways for individual stuff. Unless you got anything to add on that end.
No.
I think the biggest failure was strategy for that map. So, alright, we're gonna end the stream.